Expedition 33 sold 1 million copies, got 121,000 Steam players, and might have become the highest rated game ever by the users on Metacritic. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics that was launched last Thursday for all major gaming platforms, excluding Nintendo Switch. The game happened to be released one day after the Oblivion remaster was shadow dropped, and because of that, there were speculations that Expedition would end up a little overshadowed. Well, that didn't happen, and looks like things are going very well for the game. The day after Expedition launched, it was announced that the game sold 500,000 copies, and yesterday, 3 days after the launch, it was announced that it sold 1 million copies. But not only in numbers of sales the game is performing well. Yesterday, on the first Sunday after the launch, Expedition managed to achieve an all-time peak of more than 121,000 players on Steam. A very impressive number for its genre, higher than, for example, the one that Metaphor ReFantazio has got. And let me remind you that Metaphor was considered one of the best games of 2024, and even was one of the candidates for the Game of the Year awards. What makes everything more impressive is the fact that Expedition was a day one release on Game Pass, a factor that could result in lower Steam player numbers. Maybe did lower that, but still a very considerable amount of players. And if all that wasn't enough, the game managed to achieve an impressive 9.7 user score on Metacritic. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about the Metascore, which takes the critic reviews into consideration. That one, right now, is 92. Not the highest ever, but a very considerable one. But that user score, I dare you to go to Metacritic and find another game with an equivalent or higher score. 9.7 is higher than Ocarina of Time, Baldur's Gate 3, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, and any other game that you can think of. Metacritic has a list for the games with the highest metascores, but a list for that with user score, it doesn't. If you do find a game with a user score of 9.7 or more, please mention the game's name in the comments. But anyway, it seems that things are going really well for Expedition. The Oblivion remaster didn't overshadow its launch. If it did, it was only partially, and Expedition still got a well-deserved recognition. Very impressive achievements for a AA game. But that's it for now, thank you for watching, consider subscribing to help the channel grow and get monetized. Thanks again, you're on English Game News and I see you next time.